there was a right and a wrong way to melt wax, and a lot of beginners mess it up, but it is super simple and easy to avoid. Okay, so if you've ever, I don't know if you're a chef, I certainly ain't, but I do love to watch Chopped. And if you've ever seen it on TV or you ever made this mistake on your own, you'll know you can't just put chocolate or butter in the microwave or in a pan on the stove because it just burns, right? Well, wax is super soft and super fragile just like that. So it will do the same. So you can't just put it in your mixing pot and then put that on the burner. It will burn. Okay, so what we do to avoid that, like I said, super simple. We just turn it into a double boiler just like you would if you were melting chocolate or butter on the oven. Okay? So grab yourself another pot that you have laying around under the sink somewhere. And depending on what you're using, if you have one of these mixing pots or a smaller version or even a different other pot like this that'll fit inside. I don't have any clean right now to show you an example, but basically you understand. You just need something smaller than the pot to put your wax in, and then you can melt it down. You put water, obviously, inside here, and then that water will come to a boil, and that's what will melt your wax, okay? And that's the proper way to melt wax. Actually, I wanted to show you a few other examples. So this is what we started out with, obviously, when we started making candles, something small, and you probably will too if you're just beginning. But depending on the level of wax that you're making, you might get a big batch. And so let me show you some other examples and what we're using right now. All right, so we went from that to this, and these are, you know, super, they're soup pots, or well, heck, you can make anything, chili, anything you want in these things, but you get them really cheap at Walmart. You'd be surprised how actually affordable they are. Okay, so you got two of them obviously right now inside one another, and then the water goes in there. So that we went from that level to this level, and let me show you where we're at now. This bad boy. Oh, moving my jars around. All right, so this is another example. After we outgrow this, and I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to go get an industrial place or something, one of those industrial kitchens with something crazy. But my kitchen will thank me because it's had a lot of wear and tear throughout the years making all these. But if you're doing something small, it's not that big of a deal, and it's super easy to maintain and to keep clean. Once you get up into these levels, it becomes a pain in the butt to wash it if you don't have a farmhouse sink. Actually, I'm fortunate enough to have two, one in my island and one over by the window. The one right here in the middle in the island doesn't have a divider, so that allows me to get these in and out of there. Actually, this one won't even fit. The 55-gallon lobster pot, it won't even fit, so I have to angle it down and use my spray nozzle. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and it barely fits under my microwave. I have to turn the lid like that because I can't even open the microwave. So again, these are different options if you want to start doing it in larger batches. If you take pre-orders or anything like that, like we do, I guess this is the level of growth you can expect as you grow, and then from there, infinity and beyond.